Okay, it is that time. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kara Brown. I am an urban fantasy author. I wrote those books on the wall over there, and I am here today to actually get some words done. And I need to get the words done because I'll tell you what, my writing this week has been pretty piss poor. So I'm going to be working on Tango Tango, which is the second installment in my Bound and Gag series, which is kind of like a romance, BDSM erotica thing. But don't know if I would actually qualify Tinker Tango at this point as an erotica because the plot is more dominant than the sex at this point. So it's just a BDSM romance at this point. But that's me. That's what I'm working on today. Welcome, and feel free to share what you are working on today. So far, it has just been me and Mama Ward hanging out in the chat section, which is very nice. And she is working on coffee today, which is a mood. I just finished working on some of my coffee. Mr. Brown has gone out in the search of more coffee because we actually ran out 2 days ago. So I had a whole day without coffee in the house, and it was, I don't know, like, I like coffee. I really do like coffee, but it's kind of ironic because I only have like 1 cup a day, right? I thought he was gone already. Shows how much attention I'm paying this morning. But yeah, he's going off in search of coffee. So it looks like, we got a small attendance right now, and I'm trying to decide if I just want to launch straight into a sprint or not right now. But I'll give it a couple more minutes just to be fair, so that way people can come in if they want. Let's see. A day without coffee. Yeah, it was pretty it was pretty interesting. And by interesting, I just meant like I was just kind of groggy all day. It's one of those things where you really kind of realize like how chemically dependent you become on like products. Because since I couldn't have coffee, I drank soda, and I don't really drink a lot of soda, so I needed obviously that caffeine hit. So that was me. I'll tell you what, we'll wait until it's 5 after, and then I'll just go ahead and launch into a sprint and go from there because I got words to write. And as much as I do enjoy the social aspect of streaming, I really would like to get the words done more. So, are you working on anything, Mama Ward? Or are you just going to kind of compress and get ready for the day? I need to catch up. You need to catch up on 14K words? Are you going to do that all in one day, or are you going to do 8K today and 8K tomorrow? It's a lot of words. I guess if I really wanted to, I could probably... No, because I think the most I've ever written... God, how much have I ever written at one point? I think there was one day where I actually did write 16,000 words. I can't remember what was going on that made me able to write that, though. I don't know if it was high energy or stress or what, because typically I write anywhere between 2 and 5K a day. Oh man, I'm trying this thing really hard. What was that? I'm hoping for 3 5K days. And my daily is, that's pretty good though. That's pretty outstanding. Yeah. I don't know what my excuse recently is because I have a lot more time to write and I really haven't been doing it. Yeah, see, this is my daily average too, so 2 to 5K. Yeah, because I don't know what it is. My brain sees that I've written 2K, and then the rest of me is kind of okay, well, I'm done now. And so I could write more. It's kind of it reminds me when I was training for long distance running, because at one point I was running anywhere between 5 and 10 miles a day at one point. And then what happened is my treadmill broke, right? So oddly enough, treadmills aren't made to be used all the time, and I was using mine all the time because it was 110 degrees outside in Arizona, and I wasn't going to run outside. But I used it every day for 3 months, and I ran the motor out, right? And that was me running the 5 to 10 miles. But when I got back into it, I found that every time I hit 2 miles, my brain was like, okay, well, you're done now. And then no matter how hard I tried to push through that, that mental block, I always ended up stopping. It was so strange. There's something in there. I should probably research that and see about getting over that mental barrier, because that's so silly to be stopped by something so minute like that. I just don't even understand it. I don't understand it right now, but I will understand it at some point. Okay, 5 after. I would like to write now, and if people come in, that would be wonderful. And if not, that's also fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up. And I do have a question for anybody that might come in, and we'll see what happens. But we'll write for 20 minutes, reconvene, and see how we're doing, and progress from there. So I'm going to start this timer in 3, 2, 1, and I will see you in 20. Okay, that was time. Pause. Restart. Reset. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. I have no idea how much I just wrote. I wrote 889 words on that scene, so that's good. That makes me happy. So let's take a look. Oh, we had some faces join us. How was they? Let's see. Oh, yes, I did ask the question about what inspires us to write. So if anybody has some insight there, feel free to share it. Amy joined us. Hello, Amy. And Amy says, flexing my creative muscles inspires her to write and that she likes learning the craft. It's so interesting because when I first started writing, like years and years ago, I didn't understand jack about writing craft at all. And now I've got like a library over here of like different writing craft books and everything like that. So it's so interesting. Like, I think as a reader, we don't always understand the nuances that go into writing. I think it's always like the iceberg theory, right? Like you only see like this much of the book and you don't see like all the work that goes into making it. I think it was Maya Angelou that said that easy writing or easy reading is damn hard writing. That's what she said. Very, very accurate quote. Let's see. Mama Ward says so many things, but it's more of a compulsion as a coping mechanism for my stroke. Getting the words makes me feel like a productive person. I completely understand that. I'm trying to get into doing that more. Let's see. Debbie's here, and Debbie is inking today. Debbie, if you haven't done so already, I know I gave you a wrench. Feel free to link your comic in the comment section so that way we can go and support you there. Let's see. Marty is here and saying hello, hello, hello. It's good to see you. There's a Martin here. Martin, I don't know if you and I have met on a stream before, but welcome. Usually we just kind of sit here and write, and I speak awkwardly to nobody else in the room. It's quite a good time. Everybody enjoys it. Dal is here. Hello, Dal. Thank you for coming and joining us today. Dal says, I now have split window function, so I can be on a stream and a writing app at the same time, so I might join more streams later. Oh, that's good to hear. I know before you were talking about how streams don't always help you, but I hope they give you some kind of encouragement to help you keep going. Let's see. All right, cool. So I got the 800 whatever words just now, so that's nice. I need to figure out what the next scene I'm going to write is. I think I want to write about the crazy ex next because I like writing conflict. And I think I've already written all the saucy stuff that happens in this book. Oh no, there's 2 saucy things I haven't written. I'm not going to write saucy on the stream though. I'm one of those people that I can't write saucy stuff on like the screen because like I don't really want to answer why my face is turned into like a tomato color. So, let's see. Debbie says that they finished inking a panel and they're starting another one. Nice. Mama Word says they got 185 words as soon as Archeon announced that she was about to give birth. The pain came as suddenly as a lightning strike and Medusa screamed in an unearthly sound. Oh my. You always write the good stuff, Mama Ward. And there is a link to the comic. If anybody would like to go and support Debbie, I would encourage you to do so. More comments. Martin is my friend. Oh, okay, cool. He's fabulous. Okay, fabulous. That's what we used to say in my family. Fabulous. Marty says, I got 155 words on this essay I'm currently working on for environmental science. Oh, man, I do not miss that. Nope. I was joking with somebody that I keep getting asked keep getting invitations for doctoral programs, and I always tell them it's like, yeah, I would be happy to do it once you pay for it, because it's like, and it's mostly because in the field of my study, everybody with a doctoral degree just basically teaches at colleges, and I'm like, that's not really what I want to do. So, let's see. Far too kind. Let's see. So, again, the question, because I know it may have been missed while I was going through the comments, is what inspires you to write? And I'll wait for a couple more answers on that for about 5 minutes, and then I'll probably start another sprint, because if you guys are not aware, I usually just kind of write nonstop for about 2 hours when we come here, so that's a fair thing. Let's see, Debbie says the inspiration to write might be something that I read that pisses me off and I want to do my version. Ah, yes, spite. I know that motivation very well. It's actually what got me starting to write the whole Bound and Gag series because, not that I want to jump too deep onto the soapbox, but I read 50 Shades of Grey and it really upset me on a lot of levels. And it's not even, like, I always said that was a poor representation of the BDSM community, like really exceptionally poor. And I get that it's about sexy power dynamics and stuff like that and feeling like you're the center of some powerful man's universe. I get it. I understand. But if they did to an ethnic group what they did to like the BDSM little subculture, like it would be all kinds of crazy nonsense that would come out. And I was just like, I just want to do it right. And so I wanted to write this, but I also wanted it to be kind of like semi-educational in the sense that people would understand that it's not just about kind of like the power play. There's like a lot more that goes into it. Like anytime somebody I think first initially hears about like a dom, they think about like some crazy control freak, right? But they don't really understand like all the nuances that goes into like making those scenes and like organizing them and making sure that they kind of go flawlessly. And there's always like a lot of work that goes into like making sure that everything is safe. And then there's the aftercare and like all this other stuff. Like it, again, not like a big thing that's actually, widely discussed in general fiction because they're too busy, doing the thing. So anyway, that was me saying I understand. Dal says that my writing is mostly inspired by real life events and, of course, music. Nice. We like that. All right, 3 more minutes and then we'll get started. Yeah, so. Mari says usually what inspires me to write is reading a good book and when an idea inspires me to write. Oh, yeah. I think, no, not that I think I remember because I'm not thinking I'm remembering. I remember wanting to really do more writing. I think after I read the first Jim Butcher book. It was called Stormfront. That was the first Jim Butcher book. And there was something about the narrative style and the voice and everything that really kind of like, I don't know, like made me want to write more. And I kind of started doing it a little bit more passively. Like I wasn't really pursuing it professionally. Like there was like, there's a thing that was referred to as forum role play. So I was doing forum role play and then I was doing like role playing like MMOs a little bit. And then I got really into writing. I remember when was it? I think it was 2014. I had a big fallout with one of my roleplay community groups, and I was just like, "Screw you guys! I'm just gonna go and solo roleplay, aka write a book." And that's what I did. And I wrote. That's where this book actually came from. I went and wrote Queen of Swords and Silence. It took me about a year to write it, another year to have it edited and processed, and then it was just out in the world. And it's still out in the world with a terrible publisher. I don't like. I so regret this publisher, and I really wish I could get my rights back, but they're ignoring me and they're ignoring my lawyer, and I could sue them. But at this point, they don't like it. It wouldn't do anything. So that's kind of where I am right now. So on that note, though, if you would like to support me and you want to buy this book, please get the audiobook because I have the full rights to the audiobook. So all those funds come straight to me. Everything else goes straight to these terrible people. And that's all I'm going to say about that because, that's a factor in my life. So let's see. Got a couple more seconds and then we'll do another sprint. So let me make sure that I've got this set up. We do have a second question, and the second question is there a writing routine habit that helps you write? So it's not one that you're trying, it's one that you've done, and it's been like, this actually works for me. I was just kind of curious if that what works for other people, because I am super nosy and I like to know things about everybody. So, all right. So it's that time. So we're going to write for about 20 minutes and then we'll come back, reconvene, and see how we're all doing. So I'm going to start this timer in 3, 2, 1, and I'll see you guys in 20. All right, everybody, that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. I have no idea what I have written so far. I got 994 words in that sprint, and that's good. I ended up giving my character a sister because she needed another female figure to advise her, so that worked out pretty well. And then I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna write next. Okay, so question 2, while we're waiting for the progress to come in, was: is there a writing routine or habit that helps you? Let's see. Martin says the only time I get to write is in the evenings. I love the idea of writing full time and hitting 2K before lunch and having the rest of the day free to go skydiving or whatever. That would be nice. Yes. Fortunately, I think we always end up having a part-time job anyway. I know I'll still end up writing in the evenings. Yeah. Oh, hey, Lisa. Good morning. Lisa says that her routine is junk food. I do remember that you have a thing for ice cream sandwiches, and every time you mention it, I immediately always want one. So maybe I'll get one today. Let's see. Marty says I always have to. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I am so sorry. Marty says I always have to have a candlelit coffee or whatever on my desk and a blanket to cover up before I write. I need some kind of beverage, coffee or water or whatever. Like I've literally sat at this desk and just acquired cups of various liquid beverages to consume while working. I don't know why. It's just a weird fixation, I suppose. And then, oh, hey, Jeannie. Jeannie says, morning, switch to working on my final edits for a printout. So much easier. Nice. That was very nice. I have some stuff I need to edit. I did kind of like binge write a little bit over the week, but I don't know. I don't know what the quality of it is. It's one of those things where I kind of like vomited it out and then I just like walked away from it. So, but I have no idea how much. No, hold on. It was. I do know because I could track these things. So that was 5,000. That was 4,000. That was 9. So I cranked out about 15,000 in short stories, like very short stories. But I only like wrote like the meat of the scene that I initially envisioned. So I have to write the before and after of those. So, and one of those I know is for the anthology that Aphrodite is hosting. I'm not sure what the status on that is, though. I need to go check my email because I know she sent an email a couple weeks ago, and I should look at it. Hydrate or dihydrate, absolutely. So, how did you guys do? Words. See, Dell says I got 240 words in the last minute or so of that sprint. Very nice. Well done. All words matter here. Mama Ward says I got up to 398 for the morning so far. I forgot to change ink colors and then went out to uncover my honeybees because they're about above freezing. It's supposed to reach 55 by noon. Oh no, that's no good. Ugh, I hope they're okay. Poor bees. Bees. I totally forgot to put my music on during that sprint. I was just so into the writing group. Let's see what else is going on. Just checking all my stuff. Let's see. Sorry, missed messages. I was writing. Mr. Brown's like, do you want me to bring anything home? And I was like, I would, but it's too late now. You're coming home. So we have another hour, which means that we'll probably have 2 more sprints because I am not a chatty chat here. And then we'll be done for the day. Is somebody else streaming today? I think somebody else is. I'm just not sure who. Like trying to remember. I used to like know when everybody was like streaming at one point because I was keeping like that spreadsheet, but ever since I stopped doing that, I have no idea when anybody's doing anything these days. So it wouldn't surprise me if Zara was, because Zara likes to stream on Saturday and Friday mornings. That's really like the extent of my remembering of that. Let's see. Pretty good about mentioning it on there. Not much going on here. All right, cool. Let's see, update. My bees live their best life. I made their hive covers out of heavy duty sleeping bags and keep bee food and warm water out for them. Oh, that's good. Dal says, I rarely join streams, but you're a friend, so I join when I can. Thanks, Dal. Appreciate it. Debbie says, just barely finished a panel. I gotta salute you for doing that, because I think I only tried to do like a comic once, and I got into like page 18, and I decided it wasn't for me. So. Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next. I'm going to put up the third question. There's no fourth question, by the way. Fourth question will not be a thing. But I do want to just go ahead and get back into this. And I also hear that Mr. Brown is home, so he'll probably be walking around here in a minute. Dev's got a playlist of all the streams for today. Oh, good. Thanks, Dev. That's a real Chad right there. All right, so we're going to do another sprint for 20 minutes. The question 3, if for anybody that wants to answer, is what advice do you give to struggling writers? Because I think we all have different advice and different coping mechanisms, so it's always fun to see what those responses are. So I'm going to go ahead and start this timer in 3, 2, 1, and I'll see you guys in 20. Okay, so that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. I actually started writing on another scene, so I have to go back and do some math. So that's 1, 4. I'm gonna minus 6, 8. Okay, so 762 because Mr. Brown came in and we were having a conversation for a little bit, and he brought me coffee. Yeah, everybody got to see him come in and kiss my head. He's my ginger honey. Let's take a look. So, question 3 for those of you who just came in was, what is advice you'd give to struggling writers? So, let me know. And then again, if anybody's interested, there is a playlist that's here made by Devin for anybody that wants to find any other streams today and keep writing. Totally up to you. Dal has gone to make coffee, so I hope you have found good coffee. Oh, Spence is here. Hello, Spence. I have missed you, and I have also missed your Kovich avatar. That will forever be my most favorite avatar. Let's see. Mama Ward says, take your time to refill your creative well by doing non-writing things such and stuff to support your creativity, like reading, music, art, and just a walk. I do not recommend Netflix or SM. Yeah, I really don't watch a lot of TV anymore, and it's really kind of sad because, and when I say sad, I don't mean it like in like I'm missing out, but like everybody will ask if I've seen a show, and then I'll be like, no, and I'm not interested, and then it's kind of like they don't know what to talk about after that, so I'm like, okay. We had the rare Mr. Brown sighting. We did. CB has joined us, and their advice is don't give up. Mama Ward got 225 words that time. Fantastic. Marty got 117 words on your essay, if I remember right. And CB says, I got 1 word, but I just got here. All words matter. That has not changed. All words will forever matter. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee for a minute. And then I think that's sprint 3. So we have 1 more sprint. Yeah, we got 1 more sprint, and then we'll be done for the day. So we can do this, guys. We can do this. I'm not going to look at what my current word count is for the day yet, because if I see it and it says 2K, I'm going to stop. I just know it. So I'm going to see what the next scene I want to write is. I do like that I gave this character like a sister, because I feel like it's probably pretty common in romance novels that like the female heroine always has like that female figure that they go and they get advice from, whether it be like a sister, a mother, or a grandmother, or like a coworker or something. And I haven't actually done one that was a sister. It was always like somebody that, just happened to be in the space. So I thought that would be nice. My coffee does look really good. I will admit that Mr. Brown has totally upped his coffee game in the last couple of years, which I find very amusing, because initially when he was never really a big coffee drinker, and I don't think he got into drinking coffee until he was like 35, right? But when he turned 35, he was also kind of like, I want to understand this coffee thing more. So he got like really into it. Like we've got like a foaming machine and everything. Like all we really need at this point is like an actual espresso machine for him to get like really fancy schmancy with it. And I'm not against that if you're watching the stream. If you want to get an espresso machine, I'm just saying. Let's see. Amy says made sweet pepper, sweet onion, shallot, sausage, omelets. Well, how dare? How dare? You've mentioned food, and now I am hungry. Oh, how dare. Allie's here. Hello, Allie. Thank you for coming and joining us today. Hope you're doing well. Marty says, on my essay, sorry, I think I have 1 more paragraph left. Well, I hope, okay, so we'll get in it here in a minute, and so that way you can get your stuff done and have 1 thing ticked off. That's always nice. Stevie says, I'm in major trouble because I went out to the store without my hard brace on my wrist, which I know I'm not allowed to do this close to grade 2 clarinet exams. Oh no, in 5 weeks. That's, I guess, like, is it like for carpal tunnel, or is it just like, is it like pianists who have to wear like the compression gloves on their hands when they're not playing? Is that why you have to do it? Because that's the first time I've heard of it, and I like to know and understand things more. Spence says today my niece's birthday party, so I'm working on decorating a cake, which means I just exploded powdered sugar all over my kitchen and myself. That sounds delightful though. You've got your sugar plum fairy thing going on, right? So. I love that song. It's like my favorite piano song. And again, I didn't play my music again today. Like I literally have it right here, and all I have to do is just hit the play button. But I didn't do it. I'm a bad person, or a forgetful person. Driven. That's the word that we want. Oh man, I've been trying to do like this thing in the morning where I walk with like weights in my hands, which kind of has mixed reviews on it. But I really feel it like right here in my back because of the swinging motion, and I can't say I hate it. I think I actually like it. But yeah, so I usually try to walk like my 5 miles in the morning. And if I can't get to 5 miles, I at least try to walk at least 1 hour. Because I just need more exercise, yo. I really do. I'm still fighting off all this, I don't know what the code word for it is. The thing that happened in 2022. I'm still trying to fight off the weight gain from that. So, but I'm getting there. I think I'm actually down 10 pounds since I started doing this regimen in December. So that's nice. It's not falling off as fast as I would really like, but it's falling off. I did. It's so good though. I love it. It's such a great melody. So I wear a brace as prevention rather than a cure. Okay, no, that's fair. I should probably do that more. Sorry, now I'm feeling the pops in my wrist. I'm like, how inflamed is it right now? I used to play the trumpet like way, way back in the day. Because what I wanted to play was the drums. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get totally into percussion, but like my grandmother, who I was living with at the time, said no because she didn't want to have to deal with the drumming sounds. Even though I could have gone into the garage and done it there, but she was just like, no, I don't want to deal with it. You're going to play the trumpet. So I just played very loud Louis Armstrong music in the basement, and she had to put up with that. So. So, all right, so I'm going to give it 30 more seconds and then we'll do our last sprint so that way Marty can finish their essay and then I will hit my word count. What am I writing? Am I writing anything? Also, Michigan weather hates me. Yeah, I have a treadmill that I have to walk on because it's too cold out here for me, yo. It's too cold. All right, let's go ahead and do this last. In my past life, I was a VXS artist for French TV. I still do that bit on the side. Oh, that's fancy. Why are y'all so fancy? I'm not anywhere close to being fancy. All right, so I'm digressing myself. So we're gonna do this last sprint. Is the last one. There is no question this time. We're just gonna write to our heart's content and do the very best that we can. So I'm gonna start this timer in 3, 2, 1, and I'll see you guys in 20. Okay, everyone, that is time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. I got 733 words, and then for this entire sprint day, I got 3,481 words. So that's definitely more than I had before, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to save it too. Save your work. Save your work. And then I need to actually start transferring some of the other scenes that I've pre-written and put it in here because I'm going to need to set this up to get sent to an editor at some point. I'll have to find one. That's fine. Let me sorry, I'm taking a look at some stuff real quick while you guys tell me how you did and what you did. That's not going to happen. So is that's 27, 22nd. Okay, so that's fine. All right. Okay, cool. Am I unmuted? I am. Okay, good. Let's see. Marty says, I finished my essay and just finished submitting it to the professor. One less thing on my to-do list. Indeed. When I was doing my my master's program, I freaking hated doing essays. I hated them so much, especially for statistics. It was just so dry. And I think I only got to do one opinion essay, and that was the only one I enjoyed. Everything else was just so clinical and detached. I was just like, I am a robot. Blah, 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 blah. And I know why they have us do that, but still, like. Jeannie says, I'm having to fix a problem on my website. I bet you anything that Amy might be able to help you, but I think you also have it well in hand, so you don't really need help, right? Mama War says took a break from the Chimera to work on 100-word flash fiction. Oh, nice. I know, like, this week I actually wrote, like, 1,000 words of, like, a backstory for, like, a character in a video game because I was just like, I have to write something, and I was like, well, I'm pretty passionate about this right now, so I write that. Let's see, how is your coffee? The new beans were Starbucks espresso blend. Are they? Really? If you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known. Maybe they're upping their game. I used to have a thing against Starbucks beans because they always tasted like they burned them on purpose, but nope, it's pretty good coffee. I'm not gonna begrudge that. It is dark roast. The darkest of roast is us. Let's see. Refusing to postpone the inevitable, she pulled the strap off, pressed the stock against her shoulder, and lined up her shot. No lapse in concentration like at the Olympics. That's a lot for me to read, but I will read it. A cinnamon-colored flag stood out against the white. She forgave him his vice the first time and even the fifth, but when his pal showed up at the lodge, pregnant, his addiction wasn't to the snow she loved, it was to the snow bunny she despised, and he skied ahead as if a panicked rat, then he was gone. And she wiped away a single frozen tear as the avalanche rumble echoed in the valley. Oh my goodness. You have so much wonderfulness in your stuff, Mama War. It is so inspiring. CB got 1,339 words. Very nice. Very, very nice. So we got the flash fiction. That was the flash fiction that you shared with us. Okay, fantastic. I love it. Well done. There's a movie that came out here in the U.S. It's been out over in Japan for a while, but it's called Belle. And there's so much going on in it that doesn't get like the full like lamplight that it should get. But I really feel like that would be such a wonderful like prompt for readers to work for. Like you could honestly write so much from that movie. It has a lot going on in it. And I think some American story writers would probably take grievance with the way that it was addressed, but I guess I kind of didn't mind it so much for the simple fact that like as a writer myself, I could just automatically like connect dots and make those stories myself. And I think that was something that I actually come to appreciate with that movie, that it lets you do all of that on your own. And sometimes I think the stories that we make up in our head is a lot better than what we end up getting delivered. I'm trying to think, like, not to rag on Final Fantasy 14 too much, but like they just came out with like their end of story patch, but last December, and I must have been like one of the very, like, probably 2% of people that weren't super wowed by it, because it was literally like it was a Sailor Moon skit. Like, I even took like the scene at the end that was just like Sailor Moon and just shared it with somebody, and they're like, yeah, it's just like that. Um, and I remember being so disappointed because there was a different thing that I really wanted to happen, with all of that, and we didn't even touch on it. Like, it wasn't even addressed, and I was just so let down because my imagination just decided to go hog wild on something that really wasn't anything within my creative control. So that was me. Let's see, CB, copy pasting though, because I'm patching together a draft. Start for President Marvel fan fiction. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do the fanfic stuff. JC says I drink the espresso coffee blend of coffee, and hello. I'm glad that you do. I'm sure they're glad too. Mama Ward says I'm such an overwriter doing 100-word flash fictions in the way I try to reduce my wordiness. I usually let my editor tell me what to cut. Saying hello. Came late, but I'm glad I caught you. Have a great weekend, Caro, and everybody in the chat. Thank you. They screw up the story so much. They can. I mean, you go on tangents sometimes. I go on tangents too when I write. It just happens. I'm gonna, let's see. Is there anything else that I need to do today? I mean, there is, but not for this. All right, well, you know what? That brings us basically to the top of the hour, where we're going to go ahead and end the stream and enjoy the rest of our weekend. My name is Kara Brown. I wrote those books on the wall over there. If you are curious and want to support me, there are links down below for that. You can either buy the book, or you can support me on Patreon or Ko-fi or whatever you want to do. All the money I make really just goes to my editor, or it goes to one of the cover artists that I have. So they are more grateful for your support than I am. But if you have read my work and you do like it, I would always appreciate like a review, because people usually base their buys on what other people have to say about the work. And even if you read something I wrote and you think it's complete garbage, please share that too, because all opinions matter as far as I'm concerned. But that's really all I got going on. I will stream again this time next week if you guys are interested, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm going to go ahead and have breakfast with Mr. Brown and get some stuff done today, and I will talk to you guys real soon. So, laters. Bye.